Hey, good evening, everyone. It is an absolute honor to stand before you at Conf42 Machine Learning 2025 conference. My name is Deepu Komati. I am lead engineer from Conf Credit Union. Today, we embark into the fraud of financial security, a place where artificial intelligence and machine learning and risk management merges to redefine our digital economy. Imagine our modern financial ecosystem as a vast network of countless transactions humming every second. In this vibrant landscape, trust is the foundation of every interaction, and even the smallest irregularity can spark a major risk. Before world risk management was coming through records, spotting errors, and reacting only after incident had occurred. That method, although once sufficient, now falls short again at the sophisticated methods of modern fraudsters. Today, AI acts as a tireless guardian that learns continuously from real-time data by predicting unusual behavior long before it evolves into a full-blown threat. With advanced neural networking and machine learning, AI not only detects anomalous patterns but also stops them in their tracks. Picture an intelligent systems that monitors thousands of transactions simultaneously. With each transaction, it compares current behavior with historical pattern, learning what normally happens and flagging any deviations. This proactive approach means that potential threats are neutralized before any harm is done. It's like having a vigilant security team that never sleeps, always adapting to new challenges and ensuring the today talk will reveal how AI reshapes risk management from increasing detections accuracy to reduce false alarms and speeding up responses to threat. I will share real-time examples by illustrating how financial institutes are saving millions simply by being one step ahead of fraud. As we dive in, think of AI not as a cold mission but as a dedicated partner that supports you every time you make a digital transaction. Coming to next slide of AI powered fraud detection. Fraud detection in today's financial world is no longer a reactive process. It is a dynamic AI powered strategy that works around the clock. Traditional systems rely on fixed rules and historical data, but these static models often fall short when facing rapidly evolving fraudulent techniques. Today, AI powered fraud detection elevates our defense by continuously learning from vast amount of data, uncovering hidden patterns, and responding to threats with unprecedented speed and accuracy. Imagine a system that increased detection accuracy by 87%. This means that rather than relying on simplistic rules that might miss signs of fraud, AI understands the complex behaviors behind transactions by analyzing hundreds of variables in real time. AI identifies even the slightest deviation from normal patterns. For example, if a customer who normally make small purchases suddenly initiate multiple high-value transactions, the AI system instantly further investigations. This is only part of the story. One of the biggest challenges in fraud detection is the issue of false positive. When a system triggers too many alerts, legitimate transactions can be unnecessarily blocking customers and clogging up financial channels. AI addresses this by reducing false positive by 63%, by ensuring that only true suspicious activities are escalated. This kind of this refined approach saves valuable time and resources, enabling institutions to focus on real threats without causing inconvenience to genuine customers. Another remarkable benefit is accelerated response time, which is up to 95% faster than traditional systems. In today's digital age, every millisecond counts. When an anomaly is detected, the AI system acts immediately by halting a transaction before it completes. If it deems to risk, this near instantaneous reaction is vital for preventing fraud, as delays can allow activities to succeed. Coming to next slide, pattern recognition breakthrough. In this fight against fraud, pattern recognition is the secret weapon that sets AI apart. Fraud detection often hinges on the ability to see the unseen, aware subtle patterns that humans might miss. AI's breakthrough in pattern recognition enormous datasets, identify normal behavioral trends and pinpoint anomalies that signs fraud before any visible damage occurs. Let's begin with the process of data collection. In today's world, financial data is sourced from different channels like bank transactions, payment gateways, mobile apps, and even social media interactions. These AI systems aggregate this diverse data stream to build a comprehensive picture of financial behavior. Every transaction serves as a puzzle piece, contributing to an overall pattern that defines what is normal. Once this massive collection of data is harmonized, it is analyzed using advanced neural networking techniques. These networks learn from historical transactions, establishing baseline patterns for individuals and collective behavior. Furthermore, AI leverages anomaly detection algorithms that flags activities even when viewed in isolation. Consider multiple low-value transactions spread across different accounts. Each transaction individually might not seem suspicious, but together they form a pattern that suggests coordinated fraudulent activities. Transaction systems might overlook such kind of behavior, but AI's pattern recognition brings these hidden connections to light. Coming to next slide, real-time financial transactions monitoring and interactions. Imagine a system that never sleeps, a digital sentinel that monitors every financial transaction as it happens, scrutinizing hundreds of risk factors in microseconds. That is the promise of real-time transaction monitoring. AI acts as both a vigilant and watchman and a proactive interceptor. In today's high-speed digital economy, timing is everything. A delay of even a fraction of a second can turn a minor anomaly into a full-blown security breach. Real-time financial transactions monitors begins the moment a transaction is initiated. Data flow instantly through intelligent algorithms that compare each new transaction against millions of historical records, checking for any deviations from expected behavior. These systems evaluate details like transaction amount, the time, the geographical location, and even the user's typical behavior. When any unusual activity is detected, perhaps a sudden change in spending pattern or a new device used for access, the system is immediately alerted. This instantaneous detection allows the AI not only to flag the transaction as suspicious, but also to take, for instance, when the system recognizes a potential threat, it can auto intervene by freezing the transaction or routing it for additional verifications. The response is nearly instantaneous, up to 95% faster than traditional methods, reducing the window in which fraud can occur. Coming to next slide. This is the slide where we discuss about transforming loan collections. Loan collection has traditionally been a challenging, labor-intensive process. Manual follow-ups and standardized reminders are sort of addressing the unique circumstances of each. Revolutionizing loan collections by transforming it for a rigid, one-size-fits-all approach into a personalized, data-driven strategy that improves recovery rates and strengthens customer relationships. At the heart of this transformation is the ability of AI to analyze and historical data points by evaluating borrowing history, payment behavior, seasonal spending, and even extra economic factors. AI can predict each borrower's likelihood of repayment with remarkable precision. Imagine receiving personalized outreach that does more than just remind you about your next payment. It speaks to your individual financial offering flexible solutions that suits your needs. For financial institutions, the benefits are very immense. AI-driven strategies have boosted recovery rates significantly. In many cases, personal loans recovery has seen improvements up to 27% points. And in the business loans, traditionally the most difficult to recover, have jumped from 41 to 76%. These improvements are not just numbers, they represent real challenges for borrowers and lenders. When each interaction is tailored to the individual, collections become less about confrontation and more about clear, empathic communication. Consider the concept of personalizing timing. AI systems analyze patterns to detect and determine when a borrower is most due to communications. In the month when later when a regular payment cycle is about to begin, by finding the optimal moment, the system can send a friendly and timely reminder that resonates and results in positive responses rather than a generic message that might be ignored or cause frustrations. Automation is also building relationship. When borrowers understood, they are most likely to engage with the institution and work toward resolving their financial challenges. The system can suggest alternative payment plans by offering counsel on managing finances and adopt it approach as a situation change in real time. Continuous feedbacks from these interactives helps refine the AI models by ensuring that each subsequent intervention is even more effective. Coming to next slide, payment processing revolution. In our rapid evolving digital era, payment processing is undergoing a dramatic transformation. In the time are increasingly unable to meet today's demands for speed, accuracy, and security. Enter the payment processing revolution propelled by AI, which is rapidly redefining how every transaction is executed. Conventional payments systems have been the backbone of financial transactions. However, these systems can be inefficient and slow. They rely on manual interventions for exceptions, process transactions in batches, and often lack the ability required in today's high-speed digital economy. In contrast, AI-enhanced systems offer a fluid, adaptive approach by payment processing that dramatically improves performance. Imagine every payment being processed as if it were on fast. Once a transaction is initiated, AI systems immediately assess it using a set of adaptive multi-factor authentication checks and comparing current details with historical data and patterns. This means that transactions no longer follow a single or predetermined route. Instead, they are intellectually routed through the network along the path that maximizes both speed and security. In instances where problem arises, these systems can automatically resolve issues by self-managing exceptions that would have previously required manual interventions. The result is like transactions are processed almost instantaneously with minimal risk of errors or delays. For business, this translates to improved customer satisfaction and hassle-free payment process. For financial institutions, the reduction in processing times means lower operational cost and enhanced overall efficiency. Every second saved in processing helps build a more dynamic and responsive financial ecosystem. Alongside speed and efficiency, the revolutions in payment processing also introduces a new level of security. Coming to next slide, ethical AI framework. Coming to ethical AI framework, as we integrate AI into every factor of financial security, tackling issues of fairness, transparency, privacy, and accountability is paramount. Our ethical AI framework is the bedrock upon which responsible innovations is built. It ensures that while we leverage sophisticated technology, we remain steadfast in our commitment to human values. Fairness in AI means that every decision made by our systems is free from bias. Systems are audited to prevent discrimination across any demographic. By designing systems that adapt and learn without reinforcing historical data, we build trust not only within institutions but also with our customers. Transparency is equally crucial. Every action an AI system must be explainable. When transaction is flagged or a loan application is deviated, the reason is clearly documented. This transparency benefits regulatory and instills confidence among customers. Privacy is another pillar of our framework. Financial data is highly sensitive, and our approach guarantees that personal information is never exposed to anyone. High level encryption and straighten anomalization protocols ensure that data is used only to accountability is maintained through a robust governance structure. Regular review and designated oversight committees and comprehensive audit trials all contribute to a system where every decision is trackable and all stakeholders are responsible for maintaining ethical standards. In our session today, we will explore how an ethical AI framework is an obstacle to innovation. It is a guide focus that ensures technology serves humanity. I will share example of institutions adopting these standards, showing that effective governance can coexist with rapid technological advancements. When people see that decisions are made transparently and fairly, their trust grows. Trust is the currency of the digital economy, and our ethical framework guarantees that AI works for all of us, just and responsible manner. Coming to next slide, which is regulatory navigation. In this slide, navigating the regulatory landscape in today's financial world requires both foresight and adaptability. With evolving legislations and diverse regulations, financial institutions must be agile enough to comply with new requirements while continuing to innovate. AI is proving to be an invaluable asset in this regard by offering tools that not only ensure compliance but also enhance transparency and risk management. Modern AI systems can continuously scan changes in regulatory standards across regions and sectors. They flag potential contradictions and compliance gaps in real time. Imagine a system that updates itself with every new regulation published, immediately adjusts its risk assessment models, ensuring all operations remain within legal boundaries. This real time monitoring is not only proactive but also incredibly efficient by reducing the risk of non compliance, which could otherwise lead to costly penalties and reputational damages. Another significant benefit is that every decision made by AI, whether it involves flagging suspicious transaction or processing loans, is recorded with clear documentation of reasoning behind it. The documentation is invaluable during regulatory reviews as it shows a clear path of decision making that regulators can follow. Transparent documentation builds trust with what demonstrates a commitment to responsible ethical financial practices. Coming to next slide, implementation strategy, assessment, pilot program, scalable development, and continuous evolution are like the four strategies we follow as part of implementing artificial intelligence in financial industries. Implementing AI-driven risk management is a transformational journey that requires careful planning, testing, and scaling. The process begins with comprehensive assessments of your during the pilot program. The focus is on gathering data and refining the algorithms through real-world feedback. The system is closely monitored by enabling adjustments in the real time to maximize efficiency and accuracy. Coming to next, oh, sorry. There are two more strategies that need to be discussed as part of this slide, that is skill development and continuous evolution. We will also examine strategies for maintaining continuous evolution within your AI system. This means establishing feedback loops that regularly incorporate new data, updating the models, and ensuring the system remains robust in the face of evolving threats. The journey does not stop at the initial rollout. Ongoing monitorings and regular audits and interactive improvements ensure that AI is effective and secure. Lastly, our decision will include practical examples from institutions that have successfully implemented AI-driven strategies. These cases studies highlights the challenges they encountered, the benefits realized, and the best practices. Sir, coming to next last slide. In conclusion, today we have journeyed through the transformative role of artificial intelligence and machine learning in financial risk management. We began at financial frontiers, exploring how AI redefines security by predicting and preventing threats before their current security landscape. Learned how AI powered fraud detection and pattern recognition and real-time monitoring creates proactive defenses, and witnessed how these technologies transform process from payments to loan collections. We have also seen that responsible innovations is built upon that emphasizes fairness, transparency, privacy, and accountability. Navigating the complex regulatory and implementing AI solutions and continuously evolving these systems is not just a technical challenge but also a cultural journey. Together, these breakthroughs that makes our financial systems smart. And thank you, everyone.